Okay, everybody, we are here with writer-director Paula Rhodes, and she has a very interesting film coming out January 4th, and it's called Delicate State. Paula, how are you today?
I am good. I'm thrilled to be chatting with you. Thanks, Norm.
No, not a problem, not a problem. The film is pretty interesting, the concept. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
I can.
Okay.
So this was actually shot over the course of my actual pregnancy with my husband and I doubling as leads and two-man crew. And it's a docu-fiction. So it's documenting our impending parenthood, but in an alternate timeline where the US breaks out in civil war. And we began shooting in 2015. So it has been terrifying of a very human nature to realize how close to documentary this kept spiraling as we went. And yeah, I would say that having been in a number of horror films and a part of the Resident Evil franchise, humans are the scariest monster. So
No
really
question.
tapping into that.
You're not going to get argument here. Yeah, I can't even imagine that sinking feeling as this little indie movie that you decided to, just do, started to become real. I mean, what was that like for you?
I mean, you have this sort of Jekyll and Hyde personality, right, in your artist brain, where you're like, oh, sweet, I can go film this. And then the humanistic side that's like, oh my God, what's happening? Terror meets plenty of options for filming magic, I guess. I really hope it stands as a cautionary tale. Things that we'd put on we didn't actually have a script, we had an outline. So we had outlines with post-it notes on a whiteboard that as time progressed, we kept noticing scenes that I'd just like brainstormed would come true. And we would dash around and go film these things. I mean, this is pre-kids, so it was much more possible. But yeah, like literally things that I would thought would be VFX shots down the road ended up being things that we just shot.
Wow. Like you went out to these demonstrations, you went out to what was
Yeah,
wow.
went all over the nation, actually, from DC to most of it's in Los Angeles, but a little bit of Detroit. Yeah, all over during the course of 2015 through the very last shot was in 2020, right as everything was locking down. We shot some of the very empty shelves.
Wow. Did you ever think, I've got an idea. Maybe if I start writing the story turning around and being amazing and everything happening, maybe that, like, just like The Simpsons, right?
There's been moments that we've joked about that. I'm like, should we just like write ourselves as just like superheroes or something? Oh, if we have some sort of gift, I didn't want to use it to like give us a dystopian spiral, but I think
and you did. Okay.
I think my actual gift lies in hopefully waking enough people up to realize that if the engaged and smart people don't use it, a little bit of our bandwidth, I know it's hard, but a little bit to stay on top of things and to really be responsible citizens, that the crazies are going to drive the bus right over the cliff. So yeah, I guess that's my
well, yeah, I was
curious.
I was honestly curious as to kind of what effect you wanted this movie to have on filmmakers and the people who watch it. Now, you obviously you were wanting to kind of give them, I suppose it's true with any kind of a cautionary tale, where it's like this could happen.
Yeah, a little bit of a eyes open. I mean, the power of storytelling in general is usually to change hearts, to change minds, right? Because we are beasts that operate through here till here. And when I was pregnant, it was the first time that as a luckily healthily individual up until then, healthily, we're gonna go with it. I suddenly realized there were some very mortal aspects I was having to face, like for the first time in my life, that for instance, if I needed to run for my life toward the end of my pregnancy, that wouldn't have been a possibility. And realizing that women and families all over the world have felt this way and are having to deal with it in a much in this actual scenario, I wanted to really highlight how this thing that people were kind of like daring or cheering on, this civil war would affect the most vulnerable people, I guess,
Mm.
among us, because women and children and stuff, you end up being the ones that feel war first and worst. And all of us have some sort of a connection to a mother, right? It's the universal
Not
human
me. No, I'm
tragedy.
kidding.
No, it is.
No, I'm
Either
teasing.
you had a really bad one and they're gone, or they were missing and they were gone, or you had a great one and they're gone, or you have a great one and you know eventually they'll be gone. But that hole that a mother leaves eventually, in whatever form, that's so universal that we all have this connection to it.
Mhm.
So it's an easy eyes in to how we can all kind of humanly realize, like, oh, this is a scenario we'd like to avoid. We should
Mhm.
probably stand up and do that.
Mhm.
So yeah, I suppose that was one of my more altruistic motives going in. The obviously selfish one would just be to keep my creative sanity and to make something while I was pregnant, and while, you know, Hollywood wasn't breaking down my door like they don't.
I just love the indie filmmaking spirit behind this particular project. I mean, like, you guys just were like, cool, here's a camera and here's an idea. I mean,
Yeah, there's a part of me that really hates to be told I can't, and has always been kind of that scrappy little, like, oh yeah, well, I'll show you person. I'm 5 feet tall, so I can use little scrappy well. But yeah, as I was being told, you can't make a film without a script, you can't make a film without a crew, you don't have all the equipment you'd need, I started to just film test footage and to show them what we could do with, granted, a dummy proof camera, but it was really eye-opening to a lot of people, I think, and I hope stands as sort of an inspiration to other people who might want to tackle their impossible seeming goals too. Because man, if I can do this during all the things that we went through with the pregnancy and otherwise and still get it done, I hope some other people find some encouragement in that too.
well, truly, I mean, you guys made it to Dances with Films, you made it to multiple film festivals. And what was the reception like?
It was Oh, it was magical to actually to be in a theater again and to see it with family and friends. And we actually were approached by some distributors right after the premiere, and that's
Wow.
how we got our global distribution. And we'll be out January 4th everywhere on demand, including iTunes and Amazon. And we ended up winning the Audience Choice Award, which was very surprising to me. I think I was sitting there in my like t-shirt and jeans, just there to support my friends who were far more dressed up. And they announced our name, and I'm like in the middle back and was like, wait, what? Oh my gosh. Came running down. I'm pretty sure that speech was humorous. Anywho, it was thrilling to win that, and then go on to St. Louis International Film Fest, which was my hometown. So that was special.
Oh,
And
cool.
so cool. And then next we're on to Santa Fe Film Festival in February.
So very cool places. I still need to make it to St. Louis. Trans World.
To grow up, right?
Yeah. I want to go to Trans World, the haunt and horror convention. Have you ever heard of that?
I have heard of it.
Yes.
Conventions there for sure.
Still need to make it out. Oh, well. Okay. Well, listen, you've proven that you can. Oh, and your kid, how old is
I have two. To be fair, we did a few pickup shots with my very surprised second child. So I mean, we were like, oh gosh, we're doing this again. Okay, we're just gonna get that shot we needed. But I have a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old. So it's they're a little too young to see like my Resident Evil stuff, but yeah. They're big into the Gremlins and the Ghostbusters stuff at the moment.
Okay, so they're good kids,
Yeah,
basically.
cool.
It's so funny. We held a screening of Gremlins this past weekend down in Santa Ana. And yes, so it's one of my favorites. Love that movie. Okay, well, listen, you did it. And
I
now
hope
you're
everybody else can.
yeah, see, there you go.
Just take the first step.
Just do it.
Yep.
Anyway, you don't need permission. Wasn't it who was it that said that? Oh my God. Mark Duplass.
Yes.
So there you go. Okay. Well, listen, congratulations, and thank you for keeping that indie spirit alive and improving it can be done.
Thank you.
So very good.
Hopefully this will remain a docu-fiction.
Yeah, let's hope. You know what? Do an upbeat film. Just to hedge our bets. Would you mind?
Or maybe like a horror Christmas but with a decent ending. Yeah. Well, we'll lean into the groundwork.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Okay. Get on that.
Awesome. Thank
All
you
right.
so much for covering Delicate State. It was great to speak with you, Norris.
You too. And everybody, Delicate State comes out January 4th from Freestyle Digital Media, and it's going to be everywhere. So check it out. Bye, Paula.
Bye.